Hello everybody and welcome to another Steam Next Fest video, and today we're playing a game that I've actually been really excited for quite a while, and it is JDM Japanese Driftmaster. As you can tell, we're in Japan. The music, by the way, is absolutely banging. This is a new driving slash racing slash drifting game which will put you into the lovely towns of Japan with all sorts of tuner cars, and you can basically just have a little zoom around, and I'm quite excited to get into it. So we're at the menu right now. The music is just fantastic. This game is also compatible with various steering wheels, including Thrustmaster and Logitech, so get yourself on those, because I feel like it would probably be a lot of fun. We're going to start off by looking at the garage, and of course we have the initial D special, the Toyota Trueno. But it's not. It's not. Because for legal reasons, it is the Toyota Hachi. Alright? So just forget everything that I just said. And that's what we're going with. We have 20 million yen, which is... what's that? About 20... no, but $20,000? Question mark? No, $200,000? My currency exchange is not going on in my brain, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. There's not a lot we can do thus far, because obviously this is the demo. We can change the ride height though. We can just put that up to maximum if you really want. I don't think we're going to do much tweaking in the garage. I think we're going to get into the gameplay most of all. And we can see there is multiplayer available, or there will be, when the game comes out. The game is developed and published by Gaming Factory, who are known for all sorts of various simulation games, farming, animal rearing, building PCs, electronics, simulators, all of that good stuff. So they know what they're doing with a good simulation game, but I feel like this is quite different to some of their other ones. It does look extremely pretty. I've been following it for quite a while because I keep seeing gameplay of it pop up all over the place. It seems to have a bit of a viral marketing going on, which is beautiful, to be honest with you, for a smaller game. So I'm quite excited to get into it and see what drifting looks like, and I'm ready to make a horrible, horrible attempt at it. So the game has miles of various roads and lots of lovely little towns to drive through, as well as a very picturesque lake, and it seems to have just dumped us straight into the garage, so I'm ready to go. This car is currently using an automatic gearbox that we recommend using for the duration of this tutorial. You got it. It does look very pretty. Like, I'm very impressed with it so far. Ooh. Got brakes. Brakes always useful. So it is an open world game, as you can see. Ooh, press to stop. And again, whoa! Do shift into reverse gear. There we go. Lovely. We have a tuner shop, a garage here. Very lovely stuff. Initiate the drift using the handbrake. Well, I feel like I'm not in a good position to do that right now, but once we get to a corner, should we just go straight for the hairpin? I feel like that's a... whoa! A great idea. Oh, stop, please. Stop, please. Don't hit that expensive car. We also have several different camera views. Do we have cockpit view? We do. Oh, that's awesome. I actually wasn't expecting cockpit view for some reason. I don't know why. The game is looking very pretty so far. Like, it's obviously not sort of massively polished Unreal Engine 5, although it is Unreal Engine, kind of AAA game, but it does look very lovely. Right, it's time to practice your drive on track. Follow the GPS. You got it. Is the GPS already set? I'm assuming it is. Oh, it is. I'm facing the wrong way. Just do a little spin. I like that it... oh, that's the tutorial done. I like that it gives you points even for just drifting in free roam, because we're not really in any sort of competition right now. But it is still congratulating us on our wonderful spinning. Whoa! It's come to my attention that they drive on the left side of the road in Japan. I have clearly been playing too many American games, which is kind of embarrassing because I live in the UK where we also drive on the left, so to be honest with you, I shouldn't be so stupid. Oh, Matt, the scenery is lovely though. Like, never mind the drifting and the racing and stuff. Can I just admire this world that they've built? So, I think, to be honest, I could just drive around and just admire the scenery, never mind all the racing and stuff. It's extremely pretty. The lighting's very nice. We got these lovely reflections going on. This is in Unreal Engine. Probably not Unreal Engine 5. I would know because I just booted a game with Unreal Engine 5 and it was the most horribly unoptimized thing I think my poor PC has ever gone through. I'm not going to name names, but it was another demo involved in Steam Next Fest, and it did not run well at all, whereas this is running like a dream. So I think this is probably an older version of Unreal Engine, probably UE4, but it certainly does work very nicely for this. And they've put a lot of work into recreating this little Japanese town. I don't think this is a real town, I think this is entirely fictional, but it is so detailed. You know, for a game that is, you know, drifting around in these Japanese cars, the world around you is extremely detailed. Maybe not in terms of quality. As you can see, our character here appears to be some sort of Ken doll. But just the environment and like the stuff that they built, all these little road signs and this person behind me in their smart car who really wants to get past me. It is very, very pretty to look at. I have taken a wrong turn, but that's okay because we can drift. The drifting is quite nice. It's quite smooth. Feels good. You need to not overcook it though. So we are going in here to get a look on track, it sounds like. But yeah, I mean, it's not often you see a game from like a sort of smaller developer that really has this much detail in the environment. I mean, I'm just thinking about all these signs, all these little buildings, all the parked cars. I mean, even stuff like traffic cones, just barrels and things. It's very dense, and it is running really nicely. There's a little Nissan Micra there, but I'm sure in this game it will be called a Nosan Mocha or something. You know, again, for legal reasons. But I'm quite excited to see what a track looks like. Judging by the little graduation cap, I'm assuming it's going to teach me to drive like a human being and not like a moron. Do we get to drive that, though? No. No. Right, starting off with free ride then, I guess. I'm very excited to try out some of the other cars in this. So, I guess this is just our little practice zone, so we can learn how to drift and not be a disaster. And you can sort of chain drifts as well. It's very, once you get into the drift, it's quite easy to sort of continue it. Like, you just sort of play with the stick a little bit, keep your foot in, you can sort of wiggle left and right quite nicely. A little bit of motion blur going on. I will say it's remarkably well put together, the drifting, actually. It feels better than a lot of real AAA games when it comes to drifting. They've done an extremely good job of programming that. That feels really good. We have our little marker at the bottom that shows the degree of our drift. I'm assuming more points for a higher degree. But you don't want to go too high because otherwise you're just going to stop. And we do get bonuses for a good angle. We have this little combo bar at the top, so if you keep your drifts going, see we get to 1.0 and then do a little wiggle on the straight there. Get that up to 1.5, hit a cone, don't worry about the cone. It really, I mean, I'm playing on a controller right now, but I'm quite tempted to plug in a wheel and give that a go, because it does feel really fluid. It feels weighty, like the car moves nicely under your control, and you can sort of, it's quite easy to keep it under control as well. So far I'm actually very impressed, both in terms of how the game looks, the world that they've built, and how it handles as well. It does feel really, really good. It feels very intuitive, actually. So, well done, Gaming Factory, so far. Well done indeed. So I'm going to finish up this free ride, and then we'll get into our lessons and see what we can learn. Be better is what I'm hoping to learn. Right, it turns out there are no lessons just yet. This is still the demo version, so the rest of the sort of drifting school stuff isn't there yet, but the free ride is, and I feel like hopefully I've learned enough from the free ride to get through an event. So that is where we're going to go now, which is somewhere. I'm assuming this is our event. So let's go over there. But yeah, I mean, I was genuinely quite surprised, and I feel like it's not meant in a disparaging way towards the developers, but they are a smaller developer. They do make sort of lower budget games. But I'm really genuinely blown away by what they've done here. Like it feels very, very good. Controlling the car just feels extremely natural. Like I said, your controls have a lot of weight to them. but not in a way that's sort of overwhelming or too difficult. It's just that the inputs you put into the car are exactly what comes out, you know? You want to go left, it goes left. It's very smooth, it's not jittery in any way. It doesn't feel like you're overdoing it at any point. I'm very impressed so far, and I'm really glad as well, because, you know, I'm really happy for the developers and everyone involved with this game, because it's a game that I've been following for quite a while. I was really interested in seeing what they were doing with it, and being able to actually play it finally, my expectations were, you know, pretty high, and I feel like they've been reached. I'm just very, very pleased with it so far. Less pleased about the person in the car earlier who hit me. That was some bullshit. God, I'm just staring at the scenery, to be honest with you. Oh! 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 Wow, boy! Okay. Alright, well, still some things that might need ironing out, although maybe that's just the way people behave in this town. Maybe they just T-bone each other at junctions. I don't know. Maybe that's their way of greeting. Who knows? That was not what I expected to see coming down that road, though. Realism in action. Just some muppet not using their indicators. Right, let's give a go to one of the events. Sorry, my mind is just scrambled from what I just witnessed. A car accident within 15 minutes of launching this game. Right, time attack. Sharp turns, 2.6 kilometers. Style doesn't matter, but speed sure does. 300,000 yen. Goodness me. Alright, so this is grip. So this is less drifting and more, well, grip. So we need to go as fast as possible and not crash. There is other traffic on the road. We've seen seconds ago that the traffic is incredibly unstable in some sections. Got to do this in under 1 minute 5. I feel like we can do that. Oh, I'm going very fast for a car like this. Just, yeah, there we go. So the roads are very narrow, but I feel like with how well tuned the car controllers, I feel like that's not really an issue. Like, it's not like some games where you have streets that are super narrow like this, and it feels, you know, extremely unstable, like you're about to just slide off into a wall. It just feels well put together. I don't really have any fear about chucking it into a corner, because I can do things like that and just, you know, it's very nimble. And I don't know, we've not tried any of the other cars yet. I'm not sure if they're the same or whether they're a bit harder to handle, but I'm very impressed. I have not done this in 1 minute 5. Oh! I was really struggling to get across the line to see if I could get a silver, and I did not. Goodness me. I'm going to have another go at that. We were close to at least a silver. But no, it feels very agile. I feel like there's a lot of sort of free roam racing games like this where your sort of inputs to the car just don't really matter that much. You know, I feel like in a lot of games you reach a point where you're going to lose control and there's nothing you can do about it. But weirdly, in this one, I'm not really feeling that. And obviously this is a early version of the game. The game is not out for... Oh my goodness! Perfect. Flawless. The game is not out for a little while yet. No release dates as of yet. Whoops! But so far, it's feeling very good. I feel like I'm not going to get the silver time in this run either. Mostly because I had to avoid a lot of cars. I feel like I got a little bit unlucky with the traffic there, but... You know, we move on. Nissan Micras. Oh no, now I'm losing control. I blame the Nissan Micra. Sorry, I mean the No-San Macro. Whatever they called it in this game. Also, that guy's car is hanging out into the road. That's a problem. That's a safety issue, my friend. You can't be doing that. Okay, definitely not going to reach the goal time. I feel like we may be in a chance with silver. Never mind, I binned it. Okay, a little bit unlucky with the traffic in that one, I will say, but avoiding those cars at the beginning, though, felt really nice. It felt very smooth doing that. Goodness gracious. Alright, well, I think that is, you know... Oh, hang on a minute. No, I was about to... Oh, wow, there's a lot more. We got 2 more events to do. Okay, there's an actual drift event there. So, I think we'll do... an actual drift event before we finish up. So this is our map so far. There is quite a lot. We only have access in the demo to this area around the lake, as you can see by all the no signs that just say no. But the map itself is actually seems to be quite big, which is cool. We seem to have a lot of different areas. That looks like a road that I'm gonna have to drive in the full version of the game, because that looks fantastic. So I'm gonna drive to this next event, give it a go, and we will call that a video. But so far, I'm really, really liking this. It's very pretty to look at. The cars handle really nicely. It's just a good experience, which for an early demo with a game that doesn't have a release date is really wonderful to see. Dear future Zion, just cut this part. Just cut it. Just cut it and replace it with the scene in Austin Powers where he gets the golf cart stuck. Right, here we are at our drift event. Long way home, 1.3 kilometers. Score as many points as possible. The angle, speed, and length of the slide are important. Combine to achieve the highest combo multiplier. So we want 6,000 points. Oh boy. We've got 50 seconds to do that. Okie dokie. This is a very narrow road. So if you tap a wall, that is the end of your drift. It is done. If you tap a wall. So, ooh! Binned it. It also seems like the angle can end your drift as well. Like if you go into the red, we got that bar down at the bottom. So if you go into the red there, that also will end the drift, because it's basically, it's not really a drift anymore. It's just uncontrolled sliding. Boy, oh my god, absolutely nailed that one though. Hey, we had a very, very short course there, so I need to have another go at that one. Mission failed, you're telling me? We only got 1,000. Goodness, we want at least a bronze, surely. That starting section is super narrow. Ooh, also, I don't know why it just dumped me out of... I was going to say, also, it seems to have just thrown us out of the event, because I probably pressed the wrong button. Right, let's have another go at that, see if we can get at least a bronze. I need to brush up on my skills, clearly. I feel like the nerves got the better of me. It's just like, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. And then we really need to keep a combo going as well, which can require a little bit of sliding on just the straights here to sort of keep that combo going until we get up to the next corner. Don't want to overcook it. 1.5 is fine. Just keep it nice and steady. We're up to 2. Nice little slide through here. Traffic cones don't count. Ooh, good angle. Plus 100 points. Beautiful. Well, we did get a bronze there. That's something. I'd be pretty happy with that, to be honest. I'd be pretty happy with that. So, you know what? I am happy with that, and that's where we're going to leave it for this very short demo. There are only 3 events in the demo, but before we finish, I am going to have a quick look at this sort of... Oh, I tell a lie. There's 4 events in the demo. There's another sneaky little one there. That's quite fun. Before we finish up, we are going to have a look at the parts store and also the paint shop before we go off for this video. But yeah, so far, like, I cannot stress it enough. I'm very impressed so far. I don't know how much this game is going to cost when it comes out, but it's, I mean, at least for me, I feel like it's worth it. I'm very excited to see the rest of the map as well. There's a few wonderful looking sort of mountain roads on the map that are unfortunately inaccessible in the demo, but I'm quite intrigued into seeing, you know, what those feel like. So, there also is not car damage, which for me, wonderful. I don't know if that'll be coming with the full game or whether they want to keep it as is with no cosmetic damage, but we shall find out in the near future, I'm sure. So let's see if there's anything available to us here to start off with. Performance! Ah, yes, there is. So we have, just behind the webcam, engine, suspension, steering, drivetrain, words are hard, brakes and tyres. We only have access to engine upgrades in the demo. ECU, intake, exhaust, internals, and turbo. But yes, we can actually upgrade the car a little bit in the demo as well, which is very nice. So we can see how easy drifting is with some better upgrades, but I don't know. We will find out. But it is cool that you can at least do a little bit of tuning. Good grief. That's a big improvement. Again, it's behind the webcam, but this will apparently take our 0 to 60 from 8 seconds to 5.3, which is quite a large upgrade. So now that we know that's possible, we also have visual as well. We have a lot of different body parts, which is quite cool. Oh, that is fun. Yeah, so we can actually do like a decent amount of car customization. There's not that many parts. Again, I'm sure there'll be more in the full game when it releases. But it is very cool that even in the demo, you can at least tweak your car a little bit, have some customization in there. We also have different wheels, different types of wheels. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Right, well, that is just about all I needed to know from this game, to be honest. Quite a short video. It is quite a short demo. Like I said, there's only 3 or 4 events to try out. But from the visuals to the sound to the actual gameplay, it does feel great. I'm genuinely very impressed. I wasn't expecting Forza Motorsport or like Horizon or Gran Turismo or Need for Speed. You know, Need for Speed would obviously be a closer sort of comparison to this kind of game. I wasn't expecting anything that kind of budget and quality, but I will say they've done a fantastic job with this game so far, and I'm very excited to see the full game when it releases. Again, there is no release date just yet, but we will find out in the future, I'm sure. So that will do it for our short intro into JDM Japanese Drift Master. I really like it so far. I really like it. I'm gushing a little bit, but it's so nice to have been following this game for quite a while and come into it with the demo, not really knowing what to expect, and been really impressed with it. I really like the way the cars move. I really like the soundtrack. I really like the visuals of it. I can't wait to see the rest of the map. I want to drive up some mountains, but Haikama Lake is just, it's really stunning to look at. So well done, Gaming Factory. Well done. I look forward to playing the full game when it releases. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you fancy and you want to see more videos similar to this one. There's plenty all over this channel. And I hope you've enjoyed Steam Next Fest. I'll catch you in the next video.